The city of Los Angeles has always been a place where dreams are manufactured, a sprawling metropolis where the boundaries between reality and cinematic myth frequently blur into a single, seamless spectacle. On this particular evening, the atmosphere inside the historic Hollywood Bowl was thick with a unique sense of anticipation, an electric energy that seemed to ripple through the thousands of attendees gathered under the open California sky. The air was warm, carrying the faint scent of the nearby Pacific, yet the true focus of the night was a celebration of a completely different ocean, a vast and ancient expanse thousands of miles away. For years, audiences around the globe have been captivated by stories of seafaring voyagers, ancient legends, and the deep spiritual connection between humanity and the natural world. It is a narrative tradition that transcends mere entertainment, touching upon themes of identity, heritage, and the heavy burdens of legacy that are passed down from one generation to the next. As the bright lights of Hollywood began to illuminate the massive open-air venue, it became clear that this was not just another routine promotional event for a major studio release. Instead, it felt like a monumental homecoming, a gathering of creative minds and families who had dedicated a decade of their lives to preserving and reimagining a cultural phenomenon that has redefined modern animation and storytelling. The sheer scale of the preparation was evident in every detail, from the sprawling blue carpet that mimicked the rolling waves of the South Pacific to the intricate floral arrangements that adorned the pathways. Viewers watching the arrivals could sense that something extraordinary was unfolding, a moment of profound personal and professional triumph for the individuals who have spent years bringing these larger-than-life characters to fruition. If you want to stay updated on the most exclusive behind-the-scenes stories from the world of cinema and witness how these massive cultural milestones come together, make sure to subscribe to our channel and join our community of passionate movie enthusiasts who never miss a beat. The crowd that gathered outside the venue was a testament to the enduring power of these stories. Comprising not only industry executives and high-profile celebrities, but also multi-generational families who had traveled from far and wide to catch a glimpse of their favorite stars. There is a rare kind of magic that occurs when a beloved animated universe transitions into the realm of live-action filmmaking, a process that requires an immense amount of respect for the original material while simultaneously demanding a fresh, visceral perspective that only human actors can provide. The responsibilities weighing on the shoulders of the creative team were immense, as they were tasked with honoring a legacy that has earned billions of dollars and captivated the hearts of millions of children and adults alike since its inception 10 years ago. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the iconic Los Angeles landmark, the arrivals began in earnest, each guest bringing their own unique flair to a night that promised to conclude with a spectacular display of fireworks. The ocean of flashing cameras and the roar of the crowd signaled the arrival of the evening's primary architects, individuals whose names have become synonymous with global box office dominance and unparalleled work ethic. Yet, despite the glitz and glamour that typically defines a high-profile Hollywood premiere, there was an unmistakable undercurrent of intimacy and familial warmth that set this event apart from the usual promotional circuit. It was a stark reminder that behind the massive financial figures, the intense studio negotiations, and the global marketing campaigns, these cinematic endeavors are ultimately driven by deeply personal motivations and human connections. The actors, directors, and musicians who gathered on the blue carpet were not just presenting a film, they were sharing a piece of their collective soul. A project that had consumed their lives and allowed them to explore their own ancestral roots and family dynamics on the grandest possible stage. This sense of deep-seated purpose was particularly evident in the presence of the film's central figure, a man who has successfully transitioned from the grueling world of professional wrestling to become one of the most recognizable and influential actors on the planet. His journey to this specific stage has been nothing short of extraordinary, marked by a relentless drive to succeed and a profound commitment to uplifting his heritage and the people who supported him along the way. As he walked onto the carpet surrounded by those closest to him, the narrative of the night truly began to take shape, shifting away from standard Hollywood hyperbole and toward a genuine celebration of family, culture, and the enduring power of mythology. The anticipation in the air was palpable, as everyone in attendance knew that they were about to witness the culmination of a decade-long journey that would set the tone for the future of global entertainment. The meticulous planning required to transform the Hollywood Bowl into a tropical paradise was a feat of engineering and artistic vision in its own right, showcasing the immense resources that modern cinema can deploy to create an immersive experience. Every element of the decor was designed to transport the guests away from the concrete landscape of Southern California and into a world of ancient voyagers and demigods. The choice of the venue itself was highly symbolic, as the open-air theater allowed the natural elements to play a role in the evening's festivities, creating a harmonious blend of nature and artifice. This unique setting provided the perfect backdrop for a story that is fundamentally about the relationship between humanity and the environment, a theme that resonates deeply in the current cultural landscape. As the clock ticked closer to the start of the main presentation, the excitement among the attendees reached a fever pitch, with conversations buzzing about the technical achievements of the production and the emotional weight of the performances. The live-action adaptation of a beloved classic is always a risky endeavor, fraught with the danger of alienating core fans who hold the original version sacred. Yet the atmosphere tonight was one of overwhelming confidence and mutual respect. This collective optimism was anchored by the knowledge that the original creators and the core cast had returned to guide this new interpretation, ensuring that the spirit of the story remained intact while exploring new artistic horizons. The presence of legendary figures from the world of musical theater and contemporary filmmaking added a layer of prestige to the event, underscoring the high stakes involved in this release. As the lights finally began to dim, signaling the transition from the red carpet arrivals to the main event, the true scale of this cinematic celebration was laid bare, setting the stage for an unforgettable night of music, dance, and storytelling that would leave a lasting impression on everyone fortunate enough to be in attendance. The shifting of the spotlight onto the main stage of the Hollywood Bowl marked the beginning of a truly spectacular revelation, as the legendary Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made his grand entrance, transforming the glitzy premiere into an unforgettable family affair. The 54-year-old actor, widely known as a proud girl dad, completely commanded the blue carpet not just with his massive physical presence, but with the undeniable warmth of a man surrounded by those he loves most. Walking alongside him were his youngest daughters, 10-year-old Jasmine and 8-year-old Tiana, who looked absolutely radiant in matching blue floral frocks with bright hibiscus flowers nestled in their hair. Johnson himself chose a striking contrast to the vibrant tropical colors of his daughters' outfits, opting for an all-white attire that exuded a timeless sophistication, perfectly complemented by a traditional Miley lei draped over his shoulders. This specific garment carried immense cultural weight, symbolizing respect, honor, and a deep connection to his Polynesian roots, a theme that would echo throughout the entire evening. Beside him stood his second wife, the 41-year-old singer Lauren Hashian, who looked stunning as she smiled for the wall of photographers. Despite the 13-year age difference between the Hollywood powerhouse and the talented vocalist, their bond appeared stronger than ever as they prepared to celebrate their 7th wedding anniversary later that summer on August 18th. The family unit presented a picture of absolute harmony, a rare and beautiful sight in the often chaotic world of high-profile show business. Adding to the profound sense of legacy and familial continuity was the presence of Johnson's eldest daughter, 24-year-old Simone, known to the entertainment and wrestling world as Ava Raine. Simone was born during Johnson's decade-long marriage to his current producing partner, Dany Garcia. While that marriage amicably ended back in 2008, the professional and personal respect between the former spouses has remained a cornerstone of Johnson's life and career. Demonstrating the extraordinary maturity and close-knit nature of this modern extended family, the third-generation wrestler turned global box office king also invited his beloved mother, Ada Johnson, to share in the glitzy film festivities. Furthermore, the guest list included Dany Garcia's second husband, Dave Rienzi, showing the world that true family structures are built on mutual respect, love, and shared support rather than conventional boundaries. As the family posed together on the carpet, the atmosphere shifted from standard promotional hype to a genuine celebration of a shared journey. The tension and excitement only escalated when Johnson, true to his larger-than-life persona, playfully swung a massive replica of the Manaya Kalani fishhook, the iconic magical artifact wielded by his on-screen character, the demigod Maui. This playful gesture sent a wave of cheers through the crowd of lucky attendees, bridging the gap between the fictional mythology of the silver screen and the real-world charisma of the man who brought the character to life. The premiere was a multi-layered celebration, marking the 10th anniversary of the historic global franchise that began in 2016. To honor this milestone, director Thomas Kail's live-action remake of Moana was scheduled to hit theaters across the United States and the United Kingdom that coming Friday, with box office projections hinting at an absolute cinematic tidal wave. Industry experts estimated that the film would pull in a staggering $130 million internationally, alongside an additional $60 million within the United States over its opening weekend alone. These projections are grounded in the historical performance of the franchise, which has consistently proven to be a financial juggernaut for Disney. It is worth noting that Moana 2 had previously amassed an incredible $1.059 billion globally during its release in 2024. While the original 2016 animated classic earned over $687 million during its initial theatrical run, the massive financial stakes involved in the live-action remake only added to the underlying tension of the evening, as Disney and the creative team sought to prove that the timeless magic of the story could be successfully translated into the flesh and blood medium. As the arrivals continued, Johnson was joined on the carpet by his exceptionally talented co-stars, creating a vibrant tapestry of new and returning talent. Among them was Catherine Lagaya, the young actress who stepped into the iconic role of the titular heroine, Moana. The rising star completely wowed the assembled photographers and fans in a stunning, beautifully ruffled halter dress that perfectly captured the youthful energy and adventurous spirit of her character. The carpet quickly became a gathering place for the incredible ensemble cast and creative minds behind the production, including John Toohey, Frankie Adams, Emma Puai-Shapazian, Amaya Masoli, and the revered Rena Owen. Standing alongside them were the creative architects of the project, including director Thomas Kail and the brilliant Lin-Manuel Miranda, the musical genius who created the original film's beloved soundtrack. Miranda looked exceptionally sharp in a classic blue tuxedo finished with a sleek black bow tie, smiling broadly as he chatted with fellow guests about the musical evolution of the franchise. The event also drew an array of notable guest celebrities from across the entertainment spectrum, all eager to witness this cultural milestone. WWE superstar Cody Rhodes made a high-profile appearance, lending his support to his fellow professional wrestling alumnus and adding an extra layer of star power to the festivities. The iconic Ming-Na Wen, legendary as the original voice of Disney's Mulan, turned heads in a jaw-dropping dress paired with stylish sunglasses, embodying Disney royalty as she cheered on the next generation of storytelling. Television veteran Noah Weil, known for his roles in ER and The Flyer, was also on hand for the star-studded evening, accompanied by his wife Sarah Wells and their young daughter Frances. Even the digital age was well represented, as popular YouTube star and internet personality Drew Afualo stunned onlookers in a racy, beautifully crafted white ruffled gown that commanded significant attention from the press. Adding a profound layer of nostalgia and continuity to the evening was the appearance of Auli'i Cravalho, the actress who originally voiced Moana in the 2016 animated masterpiece. Cravalho's presence served as a beautiful passing of the torch to Catherine Lagaya, symbolizing the enduring legacy of the character and the deep sisterhood shared by those who have carried the mantle of the Wayfinder. As the stars mingled and the crowd roared, the true scale of the evening's artistic ambition began to reveal itself. The live-action film was not merely a frame-by-frame recreation of the animated classic. It was a grand, visceral expansion designed to bring a profound sense of physical reality to the ancient myths. Johnson's dedication to reprising his role as Maui in the flesh required an extraordinary level of commitment, transforming his already legendary physique to match the imposing, godlike proportions of the shape-shifting demigod. Yet, as the sun completely vanished from the sky and the open-air theater of the Hollywood Bowl was bathed in dramatic theatrical lighting, the audience realized that the standard red carpet formalities were merely a prelude to a much larger, culturally immersive experience. The atmosphere grew thick with anticipation as the cast prepared to take the stage for a live performance that would blur the lines between cinema and living history, proving that the heart of this story belongs to the people and the ancient traditions that inspired it. As the cinematic celebration transitioned into its final and most unforgettable phase, the historic Hollywood Bowl became a living canvas of light, music, and raw emotion. The formal red carpet interviews and flashing cameras gave way to something far more profound as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson stepped onto the stage, completely shedding the traditional Hollywood persona to embrace his deep ancestral roots. Donning traditional Polynesian attire, the half-Samoan, quarter-black global superstar took the microphone to address the lucky attendees, his voice echoing through the open-air venue with an undeniable sense of reverence and pride. This was the moment where the core meaning of the entire journey was fully revealed to the world. It was not merely about box office millions or the promotion of a massive studio tentpole. It was about the preservation of an ancient heritage and the passing of a cultural torch to the next generation. The crowd watched in absolute awe as Johnson was joined on stage by his exceptionally talented young co-star, Catherine Lagaia, along with a troupe of traditional dancers who moved in perfect harmony to the powerful rhythms of the South Pacific. In a deeply moving display of family continuity, Johnson's youngest daughters, Jasmine and Tiana, who had previously voiced characters in the animated sequel, also took part in the musical dance performance. Watching the young girls dance alongside their father under the California night sky provided a poignant visual representation of the entire evening's theme, proving that legacy is something lived and breathed rather than just inherited. The performance culminated in a breathtaking fireworks display that illuminated the Los Angeles skyline, casting a vibrant glow over the thousands of spectators who had witnessed a piece of Hollywood history. This spectacular finale underscored why this franchise matters so deeply to audiences worldwide. It connects people to a universal story of identity, courage, and discovery. Beyond the immediate triumph of the premiere, the event served as a major turning point in the storied career of Dwayne Johnson himself, illustrating his evolution from a professional wrestler and action star into a deeply contemplative artist and producer. Just as the world was celebrating his return to the role of Maui, major industry trade publications like Variety reported groundbreaking news regarding the actor's future cinematic endeavors. Johnson is set to produce and star in an upcoming action drama titled Free Byrd, directed by Greg Queter and produced by Hollywood heavyweights Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. In this highly anticipated project, Johnson will tackle one of the most complex roles of his career, portraying a legendary motorcycle stuntman who is forced to conceal a devastating dementia diagnosis while navigating his final high-stakes journeys. Commenting on the project, the former People's Sexiest Man Alive stated that Free Byrd is a profound gift, describing it as emblematic of life's sacred beauty as well as life's harsh and callous reality. The subject matter has become deeply personal to both Johnson and Queter as they begin to unpack this fateful emotional journey together, signaling a massive creative shift for the superstar. This bold artistic pivot is further evidenced by a staggering lineup of upcoming collaborative projects with some of the most revered and visionary directors in modern cinema history. Johnson is currently preparing to work with cinematic legends such as Martin Scorsese, Darren Aronofsky, Benny Safdie, Jake Kasdan, and J.J. Abrams. These upcoming films will undoubtedly challenge the actor to explore the absolute limits of his dramatic capabilities, moving far beyond the comfortable confines of mainstream summer blockbusters. The journey of the heroes behind the film, from the young Catherine Lagaia embarking on her first major Hollywood voyage to the seasoned veterans like Lin-Manuel Miranda and Auli'i Cravalho, reflects the very essence of the seafaring spirits celebrated in the movie. They have collectively navigated the turbulent waters of the entertainment industry to create something that resonates across cultural boundaries and generational divides. As the final echoes of the traditional Polynesian drums faded into the night and the crowds slowly began to disperse from the Hollywood Bowl, the lasting impact of this monumental premiere became abundantly clear. The live-action adaptation of this beloved narrative has successfully established a bridge between the ancient myths of the past and the technological innovations of the future, ensuring that these vital